And it is time for the 12-lap main event for the figure eights. And sitting on the point, we will find the number 41 of Scott Pastorius. Behind him, the 141 machine of Martin Hughes, the 170. The birthday boy celebrating his 35th. Chris Ford in that third spot, the 266 of Bob Morgan. In that fourth spot, the 0 of Richard Perkins. In fifth, the 09 of Kyle Murphy will fall next in line, followed by the Beehive, a newcomer here at Holland Speedway. So they do circle the south end, working towards the exit. We will be looking for the green flag start on the next time by as they exit out of the north end, and they will bring it on out of the north end onto the big track through turns 2 and 1, and then exit the big track back on to the figure 8 course. 12 laps is the total distance. It's a new rule here at Holland Speedway to do that, and green flag is out, and we are going racing. In the 41 of Scott Pastorius will lead the way with the 141 of Martin Hughes right up on his tail, with Chris Ford in the 170 right behind him. And right up in the marbles in the early going, here comes Martin Hughes in the 141. They channel on down back into the figure 8 course, and you have a new racing leader in the 141, and that's Martin Hughes. The 41 will fall next in line. That's Scott Pastorius, and the 170 of Chris Ford will follow through in that third position. The 266 of Bob Morgan will follow through in that fourth spot, and George Marks in the 71 will bring up the tail. George Marks driving the Beehive number 71, working the back of the pack, and the 141 off and running at the races. Martin Hughes now exiting the south end, back to the X. He's on the brink. Here comes the 41 of Scott Pastorius. This could get ugly as they work towards the north end, and the 71 will bring up the tail. George Marks bringing up the tail spot. But your leader off and running. He's got a sizable lead, and the 141 of Martin Hughes will work it on down, approaching the X, back onto the north end. The 170, however, Chris Ford trying to fight off the attack from the 266 of Bob Morgan in the north end. Bring it on down, approaching the X once again. You can see the smoke flying from the 41 of Scott Pastorius out of Delavan, and he'll bring it on down. Sparks fly from the 41 machine, and he'll drop into the infield. He'll try to hang on, and the water flies, bubbles occurring right back on the figure 8 class. Figure 8 track, rather. The 170 now. Chris Ford riding in that second spot with the 41 machine of Scott Pastorius riding in third, and a two-car battle right behind him. The 266 of Bob Morgan and the 0 of Rich Perkins going at it. Your racing leader now working into the south end. Halfway is the signal on that timeout, and you can see the competitors hitting the retaining tires and hanging on. Your leader now approaching the X and able to sneak by around the 09 of Kyle Murphy on that timeout. And once again, around in the ring is the 41 of Scott Pastorius. And he's starting to feel like a hood ornament, I'm sure, as he's shown through the south end and rejoining the back of the pack. And starting to close in now is the 170 of Chris Ford. And he's trying to show that he has the HPs under the HOOD here at Holland with the figure 8 division. We are 7 laps in, 5 more to go on that timeout, and your racing leader is in the 141, Martin Hughes, and the 170 of Chris Ford is starting to close in as they work through the south end, your leaders, and approach the X once again, and able to get around the 71 of George Marks on that timeout. The 170 now. Chris Ford now working through the north end, trying to find some sort of opportunity off the north end as they approach the X, and they get by once again the 71 of George Marks. Problems going to miss on the 41 of Scott Pastorius. He's kind of hesitant to get through the X, but he's able to hang on. And ladies and gentlemen, we could have a changing of the guard. Side-by-side battle now through the north end between the 170 machine of Chris Ford on the outside and the 141 of Martin Hughes. Hughes able to close the door on that timeout. The deuce flags the indication. 2 more laps of racing left to go for the 2 leaders as they work the south end. They're going to approach the X once again. And he had it clear on that timeout. The 170 machine of Chris Ford looking for an opportunity. trying to go gun-ho, if you will, off of the north end, approaching the X once again. White flag is out. One more turn of the wheel for your racing leader in the 141, Martin Hughes. They'll bring it on down once again out of the south end, and problems going to miss on the 41 machine, and that is Scott Pastorius. He's able to work his way through, and the Beehive as well, able to work his way through. Check flag flies, however, for the 141. Martin Hughes, he picked up the qualifying win and picked up the feature win. Chris Ford will take home second. Coming in third is the 0 of Rich Perkins, and in fourth was the 266 of Robert Morgan. So great run on hand for the 141 today. Picked up 2 wins. He picked up the qualifying win in the early going, so bring it on down into victory lane. Martin Hughes hailing from Holland in the Ideal Fence, South Buffalo Auto Parts, sponsored at 1985 Pontiac. Great run on hand for the orange number 141. And he'll take his victory lap. Victory lane is not uncommon for him. He's kind of used to it, and he'll bring it on down once again. Just a reminder, 4-score tickets are on sale throughout the grandstands and concourse area. With $1, you too can be a big winner right here at Holland Speedway. For $1, you can get 1 ticket, 3 tickets for $2, or 10 tickets, the ultimate price of $5. So Martin Hughes in the 141 will bring it on down into victory lane once again. How about a big hand for the driver behind the 141? Martin Hughes, let me hear ya. And we will be sending it trackside with Rick Mooney and the driver of the 141, Martin Hughes. Rick, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Jason. We're down here in victory lane with Marty Hughes. Marty, I think if I count right, this is 6 for you, but boy, you had Chris Ford making it work for this one.
Yeah, I really didn't know that 71 guy. I don't know if he was going to take me out or what, so I had to try to play him a little smart, and the track is slick. I seen Chris there, and he snuck by me, and I said, well, don't let off, Marty, for the next corner. I'd like to thank South Buffalo Auto Parts, Infinity Auto, Ideal Fence, Oneida Fence, my boss from Southtown Tire, Brian Burns from Buck Motors, and my wife for putting up with me for not only these figure eights, the one at the Erie County Fair and the demolition tomorrow.
You're going to have a busy week then with the extra racing and the demo?
Yeah, let's hope it works tomorrow like it did tonight. I could use that $1,000.
All right, well, good luck on that one.
Thanks.
There you have it, our figure eight feature winner tonight, Marty Hughes. Congratulations, Marty.
And thank you, Rick Mooney. Martin Hughes is very excited. His 6th win here in the 1999 racing season. And 15 laps will be coming up next for the Charger division on hand, followed by the Pro Trucks. The Cup Lights will be on hand for their feature go, as well as the Late Model Pro Stocks for their 30-lapper. Martin Hughes down there with Cracker Barrel getting a presentation, as well as True Value, Rentway, and Glenn Campbell Chevrolet presenting the racing action this evening, and we welcome them once again. $4 is on sale throughout the grandstand area with $1. Again, you too can be a big winner here at Holland Speedway. And in the past, we've given away amounts over $1,000, and we will be drawing the winning ticket after the Cup Lights right here at Holland. So get your tickets ready, and hopefully, if you have not bought a ticket yet, stop down in the concourse area, and you can be a big winner right here at Holland Speedway. But up next, we do have the Charger division coming out. Their 15-lap main event will be coming out up next. 25 cars in attendance this evening for the Chargers, and 25 cars making the call for the feature go this evening. For the Chargers, 15 laps is the total distance home. Pace car will be bringing out the Chargers momentarily. Once again, the Pro Trucks will be coming out later, as well as the Cup Lights, and the Late Model Pro Stocks will be coming out to conclude tonight's racing festivities. But once again, Chargers will be coming out for their 15-lap main event up next.